Took a night off last night. Now I'm back to count down my fantasy playlist. Gonna cut a few videos from my fantasy playlist of November 29th, 1986. Up to number 25, Janet Jackson with Control from the album Control, produced by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, as Janet Jackson tries to make her break, a little bit of a break from her family, brother Michael, and probably more than anybody else, her dad, Joe Jackson, who fancied himself more as her manager than her dad, per se. Always the businessman, Joe Jackson. And the Control, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis producing that. They produced most of her big hits. First hit, 1986 was an explosive year for Janet Jackson. This was her year. I mean, she must have celebrated Christmas in 1986 thinking, oh my God, Santa Claus came to town 3, 4 times over. She had about 4 hits that year. What Have You Done For Me Lately? Nasty. I think that was in the summer of '86. And what was that song she did? I completely forgot the name of the record. It's actually one of my favorite singles by her in the fall of '86. And I should have looked it up in my cheat book before I did this video. But then there was Control, the 4th video off the album. I believe that was top 10 for Janet Jackson. I mean, if you're a member of the Jackson family back in the '80s, you could do no wrong. Even Rebe Jackson, I believe that was her name. Rebe Jackson had a hit. It was a real big hit. Made top 30, top 20 on Billboard's Hot 100 in the fall of 1984, called Centipede. A lot of people have forgotten about that record. It paid off to be a Jackson back in the '80s for sure. Janet Jackson, Control at number 25. The video was directed by Sharon Orek. And oh my God, it almost turned out to be a wreck. The video. Sharon Orek directed the video. And she must have got a few gray hairs after she directed this video, because it was a nightmare. Joe Jackson was making unreasonable demands. He wanted $1 million worth of insurance. Angrily insisted that Janet Jackson be insured for $1 million before she was lowered on stage via trapeze. Did I mention that the video was shot at Grand Olympic Auditorium in Los Angeles? I think I did. Now, here's the thing about this, about the actual shot itself in the auditorium. The audience, mostly African Americans, there were a smattering of whites in the audience, but they were expecting a full concert. Free concert. Free Janet Jackson concert. What they got was 50 takes of Janet Jackson lip syncing. Oh my God. They were like, what the hell is this? They were completely disgruntled. And it got incandescent. They almost exploded in anger. The audience did. When the white members of the audience, they were scattered about, they were slowly being brought up front. And it almost turned into a riot. An representative of A&M Records, he got on stage. He said, look, this is not an act of segregation. It is not an act of segregation. We're just trying to this is a trick to make the video look more diverse, having whites and blacks up front. And that lowered the tension, but boy, it was close. It was very close. The video did get an award, a Soul Train Music Award for Best R&B and Soul Rap Video, but boy, I don't know if it was worth the trouble or not. Janet Jackson with Control at number 25 on my fantasy playlist.